a failure to fly. Today I will cover a brief lesson that is both powerful and sad. The everyday act of looking skyward and seeing a jet streak across the blue sky seems so common, yet it takes a team of professionals to make that happen. The singular takeaway that I hope you receive is one of team accountability. Every group, large or small, must be accountable to members of the team, and they must be accountable to those who are impacted by the decisions and actions of the team. I will present to you a lesson that all leaders can learn from, and one that should impact your decisions well into the future. Though the details in this presentation are based in fact, some details have been added to reinforce the importance of team accountability as it applies to this lesson only. The views are strictly those of the author. The keys to our lesson on accountability are based in these three elements: communication, clarification, and coordination. Think about every movie you have ever watched where they portrayed a pilot doing his or her job. You can see the pilot talking to the air traffic controller, who coordinates the movement of that aircraft along with all others in the airspace.
Chicago Center, this is Reach 22, approaching LaGuardia at flight level 300 on radio 27. Request alternate approach around Stormont area.
Roger, Reach 22. We have you on our screens. Descend and maintain flight level 240. Slight right turn. Acquire radial 245. Once attained, contact LaGuardia approach. UHF 241.2.
Roger that. Descend and maintain flight level 240. Once on 245, contact approach 241.2.
Read back correct, Reach 22. Good day.
As the air traffic control operator relays instructions to the pilot relays the message back to the controller as a clarification of the instructions. All movements are communicated, coordinated, and clarified before taking action. Elsewise, the risk for a near miss or an accident can occur. You witnessed all of these elements: coordination, clarification, and communications, and they are dependent on one thing: accountability. If the individual who sends or receives instructions is not accountable for their actions, the message is lost or the mission can be doomed to fail. One such instance is from 2012 when a Boeing 747 crashed while departing Bagram, Afghanistan. This flight originated at Camp Bastion and stopped at Bagram Air Base. And this is a dramatization of a failure of team accountability.
Hey, Load, it's checklist time. Is the cargo good to go or what?
Yeah, man, it was perfect 45 minutes ago when we were at Bastion. I mean, come on, it's going to be a long enough day already.
Yeah, roger that. Let's get the show on the road then.
Though normally a cargo offload location, this freighter was only on the tarmac to refuel before resuming their flight to the United Arab Emirates. The aircraft took off from Bagram and was climbing through 1,200 feet when the nose rose sharply, and according to an unconfirmed claim, a crew member was heard on the VHF radio reporting that some of the load of the 5 heavy military vehicles in the hold had shifted. The aircraft stalled, crashed, and exploded into a large fireball upon impact. Be advised, the following video may be disturbing to some. In this tragedy, the failure to properly communicate the needs of the mission directly affected the lives of many. Whereas Bagram was only a hub for cargo loading and unloading, this mission was to refuel only. Did the mission planners coordinate on the ground handling crews? Were they aware that this was not an offload, and then they proceeded to remove the chains that keep the large and heavy vehicles secured to the floor? The loadmaster, the crew member charged with the safety of the load and the center of gravity of the aircraft, he was responsible to inspect the cargo before leaving, as was the normal protocol. Did he speak to the ground crews before they commenced work? Had he taken the time to clarify the needs, and had the ground crew clarified with the loadmaster that things could have been drastically different? Ultimately, accountability by the crew and the ground workers was a great contributor towards this event. In addition to the investigation by the Afghan government, the National Transportation Safety Board determined that the probable cause of this accident was National Airlines' inadequate procedures for restraining special cargo loads. This resulted in the loadmaster's improper restraint of the cargo, which moved aft and damaged the hydraulic systems and the horizontal stabilizer drive, which rendered the airplane uncontrollable. Contributing to the accident was the Federal Aviation Administration's inadequate oversight of National Airlines' handling of special cargo loads, an admitted breach of team accountability. Though the tragedy in Bagram was a sobering wake-up for many, a lesson can be learned. As with any coin, there are two sides of every lesson, the negatives and the positives. Allow me to present to you a lesson in accountability that is considerably lighter in mood and in concept.
It's smarter to travel in groups.
As I leave you for the moment, please remember the key elements in team accountability. Communicate, coordinate, and clarify. Communicate your intent, coordinate your actions, and clarify your expectations. Teams can only be effective if accountability is required from every individual stakeholder in the process. Accountability is everyone's responsibility. Thank you.